Hello friends and welcome to Unacademy Articulate. I am Joycey Joy and today under the current economy of the day we will be discussing about wholesale price index. So this is a topic of discussion for today. Let's get started. Before that, little bit about the classes and the courses that we provide at Unacademy. So we are announcing new batches for UPSC CSE for 2021, 22 and 23 and the new batches will commence from 18th of January. And this is regarding the 6 months course, 6 months batch course for UPSC CSE prelims. So this class will be available in English, in Hindi and also in bilingual language. And this is the long-term classes, 1 year and 2 year batch courses. So the 1 year and 2 year batch courses are also commencing from 18th of January, which will also be available in Hindi, English and bilingual. And these are the NCERT batches. The NCERT batches for the UPSC CSE examination. So this will also start from 18th of Jan. This is regarding the Iconic subscription. The subscription fee for the Iconic subscription will be increased soon. So you can upgrade your subscription to Iconic before 25th of January. And these are the features of your Iconic subscription which are available apart from the Plus subscription. You will be able to connect with your personal coach. There will be a mains test series along with evaluation, a customized study planner, study booster sessions and high intensity workshops, daily answer writing practice and for boosting the daily content. So these are the features of the combo courses that are available. So combo courses, it comes with GS as well as the optionals. So optionals plus GS combo, that is a combination of your optionals plus the GS courses. And you can either go for an Iconic subscription or a Plus subscription for the GS courses. And the fee details for 12 months it will be 88,705, 24 months it will be 1,31,510, 36 months it will be 1,67,220. This is for the Plus subscription along with the optionals. So Plus subscription and optionals for 12 months comes at 70,103. 24 months it comes at 99,680 and 36 months at 1,21,200. You can use my referral code. This is my referral code Joycey10 and you will be getting discounts, 10% extra discount. If you are subscribing to any of the courses, that is either the Plus courses or the Iconic courses, please do use my promo code. This is my referral code, that is Joycey10. You can get a 10% discount. Now coming to the current affair related to WPI, that is wholesale price inflation and also the concept of WPI. Wholesale inflation in India fell to its lowest in the 4 months as there was a decline in the prices of food articles offset an increase for manufactured products. So the WPI, the wholesale price index related inflation, the wholesale inflation in India has come to its lowest in the 4 months. This was because of the decline in the prices of food articles. So the WPI has come down because of decline in food articles. And according to the data released by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, the wholesale price index stood at 1.22% in December as compared with 1.55% in November. So according to the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, the WPI, it is 1.22% in the month of December. That is lower than the previous month. The previous month in the month of November, it was 1.55%. According to a research note by the IDFC First Bancorp WPI inflation, the inflation rose to 4.1% in December, a 2-year high from 2.6 in November. Rise in core WPI inflation. Now, the core inflation could add to upside pressure on core CPI inflation. So, according to the IDFC, core WPI inflation, that is non-food manufacturing, it is 4.1%. That is, core inflation is high in December. Now let's come to WPI in detail. So here we will be discussing the concepts, and it's a very important topic for your prelims examination. Usually you get at least one question from inflation for your prelims exam. WPI, the wholesale price index, it represents the price of a basket of wholesale goods. So it represents the price or the price change, or it represents the movement of prices, upward or downward movement of prices of wholesale goods. That is prices at the wholesale level. It focuses on price of goods that are traded between corporations. That is, usually what is retail? Retail means one will be the trader. So two parties to the transaction, one will be the trader, another one will be the consumer. Whereas in case of wholesale price index, so wholesale means the trade takes place between two traders or two corporations. So not between the customer and the trader. Here customer is not one entity, but it is being traded between two traders or two corporations. It does not concentrate on goods purchased by the consumers. That is wholesale price. That is, it does not consider the prices at which the consumers make the purchase. The objective is monitoring price drifts that reflects the demand and supply in manufacturing, construction and industry. So objective is to monitor the price drift, that is price changes. The price changes that reflect the demand and supply in manufacturing, construction and in industry. It also helps in assessing macroeconomic as well as microeconomic condition of the economy. So macroeconomic means aggregate condition or national level, whereas microeconomic means at the micro level or at the individual level. The wholesale price index inflation, it helps in assessing macroeconomics as well as microeconomic conditions of the economy. So both micro and macro level economic conditions of this economy will be analyzed using the WPI, wholesale price index. It is released by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. So WPI is released by Ministry of Commerce and Industry. The WPI and the CPI, wholesale price index inflation and the consumer price index inflation, are used to calculate the inflation rates, but the nominal anchor for calculating the inflation rates is a CPI, consumer price index. It amounts to the average change in prices of commodities at the wholesale level. So WPI refers to the average change in the prices of commodities at the wholesale level. At the wholesale level, between the traders, what is the aggregate change in the prices of commodities, and this is measured using the WPI. The base year for WPI is 2011-12. So this is the base year, and it is based on the base year that calculations or inflation calculations are made. So basically a base year is a normal year where the prices have not fluctuated much. This is base year. All transactions at the first point of bulk sale in the domestic market are included. So under WPI, all the transactions at the first point of bulk sale, that is, bulk sale means wholesale sale. So the first point of bulk sale in the domestic market are included. Major criticism for this index is that the general public do not or does not buy products at wholesale price. So one of the major criticism, we have seen that CPI, the consumer price index, is the nominal anchor for measuring the inflation rates. Why not WPI? The reason is that inflation can be measured in real terms or in the practical sense when the prices at which the consumers buys the goods they are taken into account. So WPI is the change in the prices of commodities at the wholesale level before reaching the end consumer. So before reaching the end consumer, the major changes that happens to the prices are calculated in the WPI, and that is why WPI is not considered as a nominal anchor for measuring the inflation, because general public do not buy prices at the wholesale level. They buy at the prices at the retail level. So they make the purchase at retail level prices. Okay. Now let's see what is the difference between WPI and CPI. Very important topic. First, let's come to the definition. WPI, it amounts to the average change in prices of commodities at the wholesale level. So WPI is changes, that is either an increase or a decrease in the prices of commodities at the wholesale level. This is WPI. And CPI, it indicates the average change in the prices of commodities at the retail level. So here an increase or a decrease of prices of commodities at the retail level is calculated. So that is the CPI. WPI is published by the Office of Economic Advisor under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. So Office of Economic Advisor, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, very important. And CPI is calculated by the CSO, Central Statistical Office, which comes under the MOSPI, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. And WPI measures only the price changes or prices of goods, whereas the CPI measures both the goods and services, and this is a very important difference between WPI and CPI. WPI measures only the price change of the goods, whereas the CPI measures the price changes in the goods and services both. The measurement of inflation, with regard to measurement of inflation, WPI is the first stage of transaction, whereas the CPI, it measures the price changes at the final stage of transaction. Final stage is when the products reach the end consumers. So basically WPI measures at the first stage, that is from the producer to the wholesaler, whereas CPI measures the price change at the final stage, that is to the last retailer to the consumer. So from the retailer to the consumers, the price change is measured. The prices paid by the manufacturers and wholesalers are considered under WPI, whereas the prices paid by the consumers are considered under CPI. The items covered under the WPI, there are 697 items, and these items are classified as primary, fuel and power, and manufactured products. So these are the three categories. Whereas under the WPI, there are 448 commodities under the rural basket and 460 commodities under the urban basket. Now, the types of items covered. Manufacturing inputs and intermediate goods like minerals, machinery, basic metals, etc. are covered under the WPI, whereas in CPI, education, communication, transportation, recreation, apparel, foods and beverages, housing and medical care. These are the commodities that are considered. The base year is 2011-12 for WPI. In case of CPI, it is 2012. WPI is used only in few countries including India, but CPI is even more common and it's used in 157 countries. The data is released weekly basis and monthly basis in case of WPI. For primary articles, fuel and power, the data is released weekly basis, and overall it's a monthly basis, whereas CPI is a monthly basis data. So CPI is calculated for every month. Now certain important definitions. First one is headline inflation. So headline inflation is a measure of total inflation within an economy which includes the price rise in food, fuel and other commodities. So headline inflation means a normal inflation in the economy, and in the headline inflation all commodities are calculated including food and fuel. Why food and fuel? Because food and fuel are considered to be volatile commodities. So under the under the headline inflation, all the commodities are included, including the price of food and fuel. So headline inflation means overall inflation. It's the total inflation within an economy. Inflation rates expressed in wholesale price index is headline inflation. So in case of wholesale price index, the WPI based inflation. So in case of the WPI based inflation, the headline inflation is considered. That is, even the food and fuel are also considered. Now, core inflation means the inflation which does not consider food and fuel, which means that volatile commodities are not included. So volatile commodities are not included in core inflation. So core inflation is which inflation does not consider the food and fuel, which are volatile commodities. Volatile means the price is very volatile. The price keeps on changing. So these are the demand pull factors. That means demand pull factors for inflation. The factors which can increase or create an increase or pull in the inflation rates. Rise in population, black money, rise in income, excessive government expenditure, etc. So these factors, when there is an excess population, the demand will increase. When there is black money, circulation of money supply will increase, demand will increase. When the income levels of people increases, more will be demanded, and when the government expenditure increases, there will be more demand. So these are the demand pull factors. Now, cost push factors. Cost push factors means the inflation which is caused due to increase in cost of production. And demand pull factors means those factors which has increased the demand. That is, inflation caused due to increase in demand. Cost push factors means the cost of production because of increase in cost of production. So infrastructure bottlenecks which lead to rise in production and distribution cost, rise in minimum support price, rise in international prices, hoarding and black marketing, rise in indirect taxes. So these are the factors responsible for cost push inflation. That is, here the cost of production increases, and as the cost of production increases, the price of commodities also increase. Whereas demand pull inflation means demand pull factors, that is the factors which leads to an increase or excess in the demand. So that is it from my end for today. Do well for your preparations and stay blessed. Wish you all the very best. Thank you. Bye-bye.